The Liv Morgan Revenge Tour claimed its first victim in world champion Rhea Ripley last week, and the instigator had an opportunity to take the title for herself in a battle royal to crown a new champion. Did Morgan complete her comeback, or did someone else win it? That was a big question heading into this week's episode of Raw. But before that, we had plenty more. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee started the show in the ring, setting the table for the rest of the night's broadcast. From there, they threw to a video package for the Women's Battle Royal, but Jey Uso hit the ring for a promo, but quickly found himself interrupted by Damian Priest. The two waxed poetically about a previous battle between them, in which Priest earned respect for his backlash opponent before engaging and decidedly more aggressive exchange of words. JD McDonagh attempted to sneak attack and accidentally leveled Priest, further teasing dissension within the Judgment Day. The segment ended with Uso departing to an ovation from the fans in Ohio. Priest needs to find authority on the mic, but it will come with more time. Uso's charismatic and really carried him through this, and Priest getting the win will enhance his credibility and achieve what the matchup's intended. Before it's time for the World Tag Team Championship match, Austin Truth against DIY. Frustration set in on Monday's tag match, with Ciampa refusing to shake hands with R-Truth from Miz moments after he and Johnny Gargano failed to dethrone him. But a fun action-packed match saw Miz and deposit Ciampa in front of the front row and then join his partner for the Truth Crushing finale, putting Gargano down and scoring a hard-fought win. The post-match altercation was the clear takeaway here, with Ciampa's reluctance to show respect hinting at heel turn for him, which at least DIY potentially making the switch. Considering Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell have already made the turn, could this be the way of reforming the way as was teased last year? Who knows, but potentially it would definitely make sense. Gets 7 out of 10 from me. Is the intriguing lines going down the line. Before it's time for Gunther to make his return to Raw, and after graciously accepting defeat to Sami Zayn, vowed to hunt and began with King of the Ring. Xavier Woods and Kofi interrupted with the former riding the ring general of who the remaining King of the Ring was, before entering himself into the tournament as well. The back and forth gave way to a tag match that we've seen many times, New Day against Imperium, and this time we saw Woods put Vinci away to score the win and infuriate Gunther, who walked out on his Imperium teammates. As the match, Kaiser laid out Vinci, sending him crashing into the LED balls around the ring. He punished his long-term partner for the loss and essentially setting the wheels promotion for a singles push as Gunther's right-hand man. Despite the repetition of the match, this was a segment that heated up the conversation surrounding the King of the Ring tournament and saw a break up Imperium as we know it. It was a good segment. I'm really excited to see Gunther in King of the Ring, but I'm just not sure if breaking up Imperium is the right decision. I can easily see both of them getting lost in the shuffle, and as a tag team they're so great. Maybe they did need something new, but I'm just not convinced about it, to be honest. After kicking a TV off its stand a week ago, Drew McIntyre returned to the WWE Universe. Sheamus interrupted Scottish Warrior and poked fun of the Irishman's weight. Shinsuke Nakamura then made his way down to the ring to set up a match. A grueling physical match that saw Sheamus overcome a concentrated attack to his head and next to rock Nakamura a bro kick from out of nowhere and score the victory, while McIntyre watched from ringside. Sheamus McIntyre appears to be in the next direction. With their history, that'll be great. We've already seen it before though, so I don't know if that would be great as it maybe sounds, but I'm sure it will be with the quality of them. But yeah, it's a fun match, and obviously setting that up makes sense. I think biding time for Drew before we get to Clash and Castle makes sense. So yeah, on the whole, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Before Chad Gable and the Alpha Academy hit the ring, before the group leader addressed his actions from a week ago when he attacked Sami Zayn in front of his wife and friends in Montreal, Gable berated Maxine Dupree and Akira Tozawa before labelling Otis the biggest disappointment of all of them. Despite his brutal verbal attacks and all of them, they pledged allegiance to the Olympian. Gable is going to be a monster if he is allowed to explore that side of himself while tearing it up in the ring. This could be the start of something excellent as long as the Olympian can sustain momentum after this week's draft. So yeah, like I said, this was really good and definitely really excited to see the future direction for Chad, because looks exciting, so good stuff. But moving on into Ricochet and Andrade against JD McDonagh and Santos Escobar. The Judgment Day's bad night, Dominic Mysterio. The Judgment Day's bad night continued in the penultimate match. With the involvement, it was a predictably fun and energetic match with creative spots and a big win for by Andrade with the shadow to McDonagh. Afterwards, frustrated world champion Damian Priest stacked the baby faces and stood tall to close out the segment after issuing a warning into Mysterio, who vowed to take care of it but miserably failed. So yes, tension continues in the Judgment Day, and you can tell that's going to be an interesting story going forward over the next few weeks. Big win here for Andrade and Ricochet, and I think they're starting to gain some momentum now, which is great to see, so that's good stuff. Before it's time for the Women's Battle Royal, and most of the names on Raw that you can think of were involved, and Nia Jax may dominate on the route to the ending, but later in the contest she built momentum and confidence, but Lynch and Morgan recovered and dumped her out of the ring, ensuring it would be those two, unsurprisingly, who would compete for the top prize. A battle between them ensued on the apron, with a man getting the better of her opponent, driving her down and out with the manhandle slam for her 7th title. Lynch celebrated with the fans to close out the show. It's a fun battle with stories across the board and individual turns, including those by Dupree, Green, Jackson, Niven. It's a perfect highlight reel for the depth of the women's division, and a feud with Jax and or Morgan should be expected in the wake of this. So yeah, I thought this was really good. Gets 7 out of 10 from me. I think it's a shame that Liv didn't win, but I think they may be saving that moment for Backlash or pay-per-view after that, whenever, to give her a one-on-one singles win. And Lynch as a transitional champion makes sense. So yeah, I thought it was a really fun match on as well, so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Overall, Raw gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I thought Raw this week was really good, actually. Some really good matches on there. A new champion, Becky Lynch, which makes sense. So yeah, on the whole, good stuff, and gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Good stuff. Looking forward to seeing, especially in the women's division, the whole Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan stuff. Guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials. Link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.